Hey everybody, Rob Orgel with Silencer Syndicate for your part 2 of the SilencerCo Awards. So you may have already seen there's another video out with the first award we presented. And if you haven't seen that video, you'll see it right here. He hates it when I do that. It's gonna be right here. It's gonna stay here. You'll see the other video and hopefully enjoy that as well. We talked a little bit about SilencerCo. We talked a little bit about Mike and his experience in SilencerCo and the ethos behind the business. And I think it's so important to not just look at product, but to look at a business model and who we're taking care of, why we're taking care of, and what the initial goal was to understand better that product and the human experience behind that product, so that we're understanding what this was designed for and what we should observe its merits, because not all silencers, as you said in our previous video, not all silencers can hit every single wicket. They have intentional designs for intentional calibers, and while they may do multiple things, really there's a focus of one specific task. So super appreciate the time you took to explain that to us. Next, you've got some new products. I know you guys want to know what the award is for. I'll tell you at the end. Right now, you've got 3 new suppressors this year.
Tell me about it. Let me grab them.
Hey everybody, quick interruption from your video. I'm sorry, I'll keep it short. First, this video content was made possible by our supporters. These awards getting to SHOT Show took a lot, and we wanted to thank our 3 major supporters. The first was East Valley Tactical. Eric has gone a long way, and he's gone way out of his way to help support our channel. We've bounced ideas back and forth and worked very closely to come up with who deserves these awards based on both of our experiences. Next, House of Pain Ammunition, or HOP Ammo, veteran-owned company, and we've burned through 17,000 rounds of 5.56 from my personal collection. House of Pain is going to start offsetting that ammunition for us and help support the content we're creating. Next is Rifle Speed. As you know, Rifle Speed has been working alongside us for quite some time, and they've been the unlocking key to our back pressure tests. They've gone way out of their way and given us lots of support to create this content, travel to SHOT Show, and present these awards. All right, guys, back to your video.
So we have 2 line extensions and 1 completely new can. So this is the S98. It's a fully welded titanium pistol can. It is the quietest can we've ever made for 9mm.
It's very off-spray.
Yeah.
Off-spray,
so,
but you fixed the timing issue here.
So the button is similar to the Osprey. I think first look, everyone's like, oh, cool, Osprey 3. This is amazing. But it's not an Osprey. Osprey is a monocore. It's aluminum.
It's not all that light.
It's not all that light. It's a little bit longer.
Sounds great.
For comparison.
And for its era, it sounds great.
I mean,
we're moving so fast.
This is a 15-year-old can.
Right.
Yeah, so.
And I put this up to some of the newer suppressors, and this still sounds
incredibly
good.
It does well.
There are a few silencers that can say 15 years ago I was.
So if you look,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, this can is quieter than the Osprey.
That's nuts.
And it's smaller and lighter. This is a very special can. You hear it outside. The first time I took a group of friends to go shoot it, everyone kind of looked around and laughed. It has an unreal tone, super deep. It's very quiet. And this thing's special.
It's like you're taking some lessons learned. And I know this isn't the predecessor, which was the not the Omega 9K. That was a couple chapters ago. You've since dropped that into a smaller package, and now you've dropped it into an even smaller package. But this isn't available to us yet.
Correct. So initially, this will be available in packages. We're going to do collaboration projects with firearms companies to pair this with a host. So that'll be first kind of initial. It's been for MIL LE all last year and continues. And maybe later this year we'll release some out. But initially, you'll just be able to get it with a gun.
Gotcha. And so basically, we're making smaller. And to me, this predecessor and the lessons learned from this are obviously put into the your newest can, and it's got kind of a weird name to it. It's like
it's Scythe. So
it's Scythe. Okay.
A couple things about this, just as a point of comparison. This has the same sound suppression quality as the Omega 9K.
So and the Omega 9K was a feat for its time too. Because to me it sounded much like, I mean, if you look at some of the newer suppressors, there's a sound performance difference. There's time passes, and I've got 4 Omega 9Ks.
They're fantastic. They're a great subgun can. They look great on an MP5.
An MP5, yes, that's with a recessed 3-lug. I love that look. I have that on a few. And to take the lessons learned from that and then go smaller, titanium, and then yet again go smaller,
this weighs
lighter.
3 ounces.
That's why you don't have You don't need an unlocking
Yeah,
mechanism. You don't
on
need a
most
blowback.
pistols, you don't need a booster assembly.
That's
You
amazing.
can just do direct thread.
Well, at 3 ounces.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And to have good sound suppression.
And to also not have any wipes that you can run hollow tip
Correct.
ammunition.
Yep.
This is a very
Full auto rated.
Really?
Yeah. So we put this on sub guns all the time.
silly question.
Yeah.
300 blackout?
Subsonic for sure.
I mean, we shouldn't. There's better sounding suppressors, but it can.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, you can do it.
Yeah.
There's better options.
Yeah, it's the Sparrow. Like the Sparrow's a
Yeah.
great silencer, and it's not new, but it's
No.
a great silencer. Still one of my best sounding 22 silencers.
Yeah.
And it takes 5.7, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Just because you
It can.
can doesn't mean you always
Yes,
should.
yes. And I think we got permission from our viewers when we did the last rimfire video. I complained so much about shooting a 5.7 pistol. It's like, it's kicking crap on me. It doesn't feel good. It's loud. Like,
I would rather shoot 5.7 on a Velos K than
yeah, put a
any-
5.56 can on. On a pistol, I can see the fight that you
Yeah.
need it light, whatever. But like, who shoots a 5.7 pistol suppressed anyways?
Yeah.
If you're into that, cool. But I'm not into that, and I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
So like, because it can doesn't mean it should. So it's cool that if this was the one silencer you had, you could put it on your 300 blackout subs.
Yep.
And for a 9mm can, though, especially for the EDC, for the
Yep.
duty carry, this is a new space that I think in the past silencers were fun on the range for pistols.
Yep.
For rifles, they were go-to, necessary, hunts,
Yep.
duty work, lots of good reasons. But on pistols, it's like, you're not going to take this thing out and screw it on the end of your gun for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah, time out. I got to do this thing real quick. But that you now have a essentially holsterable pistol suppressor.
Or it tucks into a fanny pack super easy. I mean, there's a lot of applications for that small can.
Totally.
For EDC that other, longer, more traditional 9mm cans just won't do.
This I find interesting, even though I'm not really a 9mm suppressor guy, but truth be told, seeing that you're taking the technology and involving it and stealing that, additional expansion space, I think you having said this sounds like a full-size suppressor in this compact design, that to me is way more exciting. I'm very intrigued by this suppressor, and I look forward to getting some time with it when that time is right. And then you've got one more suppressor.
Yep. So we launched the Scythe Titanium last year at SHOT Show. It's been a fantastic seller for us. It's a great bolt gun can. We don't have any barrel restrictions on it, but it's a titanium can. It's not ultra durable. It's not like a hard use type can. There was a need for it, so we came out with a Scythe STM, stainless modular. It's an STM.
Gotcha.
So in the short configuration, and you can see it unscrews there. Short configuration, it's one baffle shorter than the Scythe tie.
Oh,
and in the long configuration, it's two baffles longer. So you're getting
an L.
A lot of extra sound suppression.
Yeah, that was a smart dissection point. Because why repeat the Scythe that you already have? And you made it more durable, so why not put
Full
it on?
auto rated, where the other one's not.
And I'm sure you can go up to 300 Norma and 300 Win.
It's Remington Ultra Mag is what it's rated for.
So you can kind of do anything with, and not that you couldn't with the other guy.
Correct.
And he's very light.
Yeah, and that's rated to Ultra Mag as well. Right. But this you can put on a gas gun, more rapid fire. I shot this all last year, hog hunts, all kinds of stuff, and it's fantastic. I shot it mostly in the long configuration.
Totally.
300 blackout is fantastic through this.
I find that many of my silencers, if not most or all, live in their long configuration.
Yeah.
Like the short stuff it's cool to play James Bond in your living room.
Yeah.
But like when you're actually doing stuff in your silencer, you want as much suppression as possible.
Yep. And so it comes with an anchor brake. We do sell a flat cap for it, which adds a little bit more sound suppression quality to it. But this can has been fantastic. Like I said, I've almost exclusively shot this all last year.
Wow.
We actually were planning on launching it last year, but with the form times going down and silencers going crazy,
you were playing catch up.
It was like, how do we introduce a new product?
Yeah.
And we're kind of in that boat now, but it's still pretty wild. But this is a fantastic product. We actually really love this thing. On a 308 sounds amazing on a bolt gun with it, especially in the long configuration. It's for a rifle can, it's if not the quietest up there with anything we've done. Yeah.
That's a space I like to dabble in. What is the quietest of them? And testing that and finding different results. And I think even now there's a newer one that's just constantly evolving. It's almost hard to keep up. It's phenomenal that the suppressor space is moving this quickly, and that, you know, trying to understand and catch up and share the information I'm finding is really a full-time job.
Yeah, and you know, you see a lot of 3D printing, and we do 3D printing, and for us, it's kind of understanding what the goal is, when to use 3D, when to use traditional. So we have a mix in our product line, and this thing is just fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like it's robust and can take a serious beating. To speak to kind of the evolution real quick. The name of this silencer.
I'm not going to tell you what it means.
It's a secret.
I mean, if someone can figure it out, I'll give them a free can.
Oh, that sounds like
actually,
a challenge.
I'm kidding. I've told a couple of people that might get out. Now there's a formula that will add up to 98, and you'll understand why when you get it.
Okay, so interesting.
I'll send you a T-shirt though.
Where did the name for this guy come from then?
So traditionally we had a Spectre 22 can. That was part of the SWR. Then it got adopted to SilencerCo. We love the name so much, but we retired that can.
Gotcha.
We were like, and this is cheesy. Sorry, internal cheesy talk.
Sure.
When we first started testing the Spectre, not just the K, but like different lengths and trying to figure out which one we were going to do, it felt almost movie quiet. So Spectre, James Bond.
I see.
We never say that out loud because it's too cheesy. But
and people say movie quiet a lot, and
it
kind of lost its
movie
luster.
Quiet, game changer. Like,
this changes everything.
That's
called clickbait. Totally. And his bigger brother, remind me his name again?
It's just a Spectre.
The
Spectre 9.
So Spectre, and this is the 9K. That maybe we get to have at the end of the year. And this guy, you know, this suppressor, like, we love this silencer. Like this overall for the K 9mm space, this thing, does this guy sound similar to this guy?
This one's way quieter.
Okay, because of the volume. That makes a ton of sense. Which leads me into...
So if this is equivalent to an Omega 9K, we used to have a pistol can called the Octane 9.
I have one.
This beats the Octane.
I have the HD, Octane 9 HD.
I love it's such a fantastic can.
And it was one of the first full autorated 9mm. Yeah, I remember.
This is as quiet as the Octane 9.
That's a good sounding can.
4 or 5 inches shorter and half the weight.
That's amazing.
So we're trying to go smaller without losing the sound quality, and we're
the whole purpose of our silencer.
Exactly. And we're finding ways with creative baffle geometry. And you could do a cross section, and the average person would be like, "Oh, that doesn't look any different than the
right."
But it's like the nuance, you know, the
little
devil's in the
tiny
details.
changes that go a long way that few people will recognize. That can mean everything. So, having said that, for the Spectre 9 decided was absolutely the best compact 9mm suppressor.
All right, guys, you might be wondering why we chose the Spectre for our favorite 9mm K suppressor. And truth be told, there's not a whole lot of tiny 9mm suppressors in the industry. There are some, but in the truth, they sound like they're K suppressors. And this Spectre suppressor sounds more like, let's say, an older technology full-size suppressor. So of course, if you take some of the newer silencers and put them head to head at almost double the length, you'll say this one sounds better. Sure, but in comparing just the small suppressors, this guy takes the cake. Not just because of how good he sounds like an older full-size suppressor, but also because of how light he is. This can is so lightweight that we put it on several pistols without any form of a booster to help back pressure and cycling, and it still worked on most of the hosts we put it on. Sometimes it would not do last round hold open, but overall this thing really took the cake by a long shot. And if you ask me, well, what's the next in line guy? It might even be the their predecessor to this one, Omega 9K, I believe it's called. That might have been its. So, you know, there's not a lot to compare it to when it comes to 9mm and the K suppressors, because these guys really did knock this one out of the park. All right, guys, back to your video.
We love it. Thank you.
It's versatility, it's lightweight, it's sound. To me, it sounds like yesterday's full-size silencer. And to be so light, so tiny, and in so many cases I've been testing no booster, and it's working on several platforms. To have that space, that's amazing. And to have that sound quality, hands down, the best 9mm subcompact suppressor. We love it. We're so glad you gave us the opportunity to evaluate it.
Awesome.
Congratulations. That's award number 7 for us. We're done at SHOT Show now.
Congratulations. Go gamble.
Go gamble. Hey, congratulations for getting 2 of our 7 awards.
We really appreciate it. We love your channel.
Thank you.
You're fair and honest, and that's all we could ever ask.
Yeah, sometimes I'm mean, but
Hey, that's okay.
yeah.
We don't take it personal.
Right. Well, we're supposed to make mistakes. We're supposed to improve. We're supposed to look at, feel the result, and decide how to make it better.
Yep.
Because man, we're moving so quick in this space.
Yep. Yeah, we take feedback well and take it to heart. So I'll make sure to give the engineers these awards and we'll call it good.
Yeah. And then you're gonna get me a titanium Velos.
Yeah, it's in the mail.
Yeah, it's on the way. Hey guys, if you like this content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Again, you guys got us here with that feedback. We super appreciate you guys. It gave us the opportunity to present these awards to industry leaders who are giving us better products at the end of the day. We end users get a better experience behind our rifles and our pistols because of what they're doing. And you guys are getting us to these shows because of the attention you're generating in the comments. So we really appreciate you. We're gonna start wrapping up SHOT Show now and head back to our families. As always, guys, stay safe and we'll see you in the next one.